Today we're picking collard greens. Use my little scissors. Got them on clearance. Guys, if you ever go to Walmart, walk to their clearance section. It's amazing what you can find. I planted this in the spring. Never planted collards before. And I'm still picking this stuff. I have not taken care of it like I should have, as you can tell, because the bugs got in it. But I'm still getting some good eating. Watch learn how to cook this. Not a lot, I had some bug damage, but still got enough for a good mess of collard greens. I see them running water in the sink. I look at the collards when I cut them, and I also look at them again, make sure there's no bugs. And then I just put them in water, let them soak a little bit. If they're a little bit dirty, I'll put vinegar. I don't always put vinegar. I'll just show you what I do. So you in. Just a splash. Not a lot. That's actually a little bit more than I normally put. Just got to wash them and prepare them. I had to go to the store to get some liquid smoke. I was out. Really works well in collard. So this has been sitting, and unfortunately, my water's run out. Anyway, it's basically clean. Rinse it off. All I do is turn this water low like this. Do it one final check. Make sure I got the bugs, everything off. Pretty simple. I know I did, but I like to double check. I like these see-through lids, so we can check on the food. It's cooking. Kind of two ways to do it. Sorry about that. See the stem? Cut like this through the stem. Roll it over. And just roll it up. Cut lengthways and then sideways. Now, you can leave it long if you want. Some people do. I don't. Now, the other way, which is easier, take it like this. Destem it, cut it through here, same thing. Lengthways, turn it. See about that, I'll show you. See the length? These are pretty small pieces, especially when they're cooked down. Now, I'm going to do one long ways just so y'all can see what it looks like. A lot of people do it that way. I find it's too long. That's it. But look, see how long that is? I just find that's too long. It's cooked. So I just cut it down the middle and then horizontally, and I don't end up with these long pieces. I'm just about out of vegetable broth. In collards, I usually put an onion in it. So what I'm gonna do is take, well, this is a bad spot. Let's cut that out. Okay, just put that right there. See this right here? All I'm gonna do is throw that on the plate. Take all the peelings, and then I'm gonna put it in a Ziploc bag in the freezer, and I use it to make my vegetable broth. If you're curious how to make a vegetable broth, down at the bottom I'll leave a link to that video. It's fairly easy. It's really great in the winter time because as you're cooking your broth down and you're canning it, put a lot of heat in your house. Especially this year that the fuel prices are high. That's one way to kind of get some real good home cooking and at the same time warm your home. But tomorrow I will be canning collard greens. So look for that video soon because it'll be out. Now, if you notice, I'm not cutting these onions perfect. A lot of people do. I don't. I'm just putting them right now with the collards. Look at that. Pot of collard greens. Yeah, I think y'all can see it like that. Just 1 teaspoon of salt. About 1/3 of a teaspoon of pepper. You do not have to use turmeric, but I do. I don't use a lot. 1/3 of a teaspoon. I get this at Costco's Kirkland Sweet Mesquite Seasoning. Really like it. I'm going to use a whole teaspoon of it. Now, you can use apple cider vinegar or lemon. About 1 tablespoon. That's probably a little bit more. Either one works. You know, it just depends which one you like the most. Now, I've got onions in it already from chopped up onions. I didn't feel like mincing any garlic today, so I'm just going to use 1 teaspoon. Let's use a little bit more. 1 teaspoon and 1/3 of garlic powder. This is my vegetable broth that I made. I'm going to leave a link to it in case you want to make it for yourself. That's probably enough, but I'm going to add another 1/3 quart of water. What you're going to find is, I'll do this later. What you're going to find is the collard greens cook down a lot, and so you don't need as much as you think, but you got to watch it at first so it doesn't burn. This is liquid smoke. I'm going to do 2 teaspoons. There we go. And that is basically it. Put this on for a little bit more water. To a boil, let it simmer for about 1 hour. It could be less than that, but I usually cook it about 1 hour, and then it's ready to go. We're going to check it in a few minutes, make sure I got enough water in it. These are all the stalks, stems, whatever you want to call them, from the middle of the collard greens. I'm going to show you what I do when it's on a chilly night to also help keep the house warm, reduce the cost of living, and at the same time use this to make something pretty incredible. You notice it's at a boil. I added 1 more quart. All I'm going to do is turn the burner down to a low simmer and let it cook for 1 hour. Now, if you notice, I let it cook down and the broth is not covering it. At this point, I'm going to add 1 can of Rotel, 1 can of tomato sauce, 8 ounces. Now, I added a little water just to kind of get most of the tomato sauce out. Go ahead and stir this in. And I'm still going to have to add a little water because I want the broth just to cover my green. And I'm going to add 2 peppers. I'm having trouble holding the camera and cutting them today. I'm going to add the other one without filming. Really good. Needs a little bit more seasoning. Outstanding. Always season to taste.